Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Bick Benedict. We're on Chapter 13. We're trying to obtain our trophy entitled Master to the Path of the Master Ninja for Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. So, you see these water demons here? Yeah, and it's kind of funny. These guys are called water demons in the red. It doesn't really make any sense, but... so, if you're looking for a lot of variation in combat on this chapter, I'm going to have to let you down because I wanted to go into this level and not spam UTs and stuff like that, but I was looking, if you heard my last video segment for this guide, I went through my Master Ninja Guide for this chapter, and it was clocking out at like 40 minutes, and I reviewed that footage, and this is a long chapter, perhaps one of the longest chapters, and the boss for this level, Elizabeth, is one that I always have problems with. So I'm not depending on spamming these UTs here. The only thing I'm depending on the UTs for is to net me a bunch of money. I'm trying to. This is an experiment to see if I can accumulate 50,000 essence to purchase a Talisman of Rebirth, because that will actually really come in handy for me on the boss fight. And now I could have not done that, but my curiosity won out, and so you're going to be seeing me just constantly doing UTs, preferably getting that second level charge going and getting more money. And I'm using the level 4 sword because it's going to net me more money than any of the other swords, except for the dual swords, which are also at level 4. Just a tip, I've said this before, but I'll just go ahead and say it again. Whenever you're trying to get the most money off of UTs and spamming UTs for money, make sure that you have the highest strength of any weapon you have in your arsenal. So, like if I was using the Enma's Fang and doing this without, well, never mind that. If I were using the Enma's Fang at level 3, I would be getting less money than I'm getting. See, I already got 11,000. I would be getting less money than if I were using this weapon here, which is the Dragon Sword at level 4, which you don't get access to until the chapter after this in the normal progression of the story mode. So I have tested that on situations many times before, and you could pretty much count on what I'm telling you, because I've tested it extensively. So think we have an item in here. Oh, healing items. It's actually so if you've ever wondered how to be cheap in this game, or if you yourself have thought to yourself, you know what, I want to be cheap in this game, but I don't know how to do it, just watch my video, because then you'll learn how to be cheap. But if this is the first video, I was trying to go back there and lure those guys in there, but they threw up some rock barriers there. But I hope that whoever's watching this doesn't come to this video and think that, or doesn't come to like this video for the first video they're seeing in this guide, because then they're going to think I'm just a spammer. But I haven't been spamming the entire game. This is just an idle curiosity, a kind of a whim that I wanted to do. A whim with an M, because I was curious, and I wanted to know. I know I could get 50,000 essence points, and if you want to know the results, just stay tuned. If you want to be in suspense, just stay tuned and don't fast forward. But if you're one of those people that's impatient and just wants to find it out, all you need to do is slide the slider over to the end of the video, and you'll see what happens. What was I going to say? It's kind of it's not easy to do these UT spams. It's easy to get a level 1 charge off, but the charge I'm always looking for are the level 2 charges. And I don't like doing an OT like this and then absorbing essence to expedite another charge, because I know that wastes essence. I know that whenever you're trying to expedite another charge off of a piece of essence that's in the air, you get less money because you're taking advantage of the fact that you can expedite a subsequent charge by absorbing the essence and just instantly getting your charge. So these lesser fiends over here, it's very tough to get charges on these guys here, just because they're so fast. We saw these guys on Rachel's stage. Also, I think they showed up for the first time in Chapter 7. Yeah, Chapter 7. See how well I know this game? But I don't know everything, and I didn't know if I could get 50,000. So I also wanted to do this because perhaps, you know, in the future somebody else might be curious about whether it can be done. So I just wanted to put this on record. Big Benedict's record. So yeah, definitely. It's a lot less convenient to use the Dragon Sword, admittedly, because a lot of the times you're just tearing up one guy, just in a really exaggerated fashion. Whereas if I were using the Enma's Fang, I could clear a lot of enemies in like one hit, but I know that I would be getting less money. I just know, so it's tough. This is these guys are tough, and so now we got a Shadow Ninja Reiatsu. This is actually really cool, but it's just really inconvenient when you die. You've got to come all the way up here every time. So definitely save it after those 2 confrontations. I didn't, just because I knew I would be throwing a lot of Nimpo at this guy and killing him quick. But I got to one of the later save points in this chapter, and I didn't feel that I had done well enough. So I wasted too many items. Like this, you're going to see me just wasting too many items. So after those fights that we just did, just go back and save it, and then just do your best here to not throw too much Nimpo. See, I know I throw all 3 of my balls at him, all 3 Nimpo, the Void Ball, those energy balls at this guy. So see here, I know I throw another one at him. So when I replayed this chapter, I didn't actually get very far. I think I got only to like the 3rd save point of 4 or 5 save points in this game, or in this chapter, excuse me. But if you're going to be doing what I'm doing, try to really conserve your items here. So because the mid-level boss fight is I don't know how to pronounce its name. He was in the cutscene in the opening of this level, which I don't include cutscenes in my videos, but it's like Quizzicoatl or something really weird. Now, the thing about that guy is he's an optional boss. He's optional. I know he's optional, but the thing is, so your reward for fighting the optional boss is you get 10,000 essence points. So it's really good if you want to, you know, kill the guy and get some bonus points. So the only thing I'm concerned, you know, and I would hesitate the only hesitation I would say about the whole fight with the mid-level boss, Quizzicoatl or whatever the fuck his name is. Did I speed this shit up? Like, how did that miss? How did that UT miss right there? I don't know. So, in this acid pit, just like in Razor's Edge, actually, you get damaged by standing on the acid, so don't stand on there, obviously. But going back to Quizzicoatl, or however the goddamn fuck you say that guy's name, so you get $10,000. I'll just say dollars, it doesn't matter. We all know it's essence. So you get $10,000 for killing him, right? It's actually going to be kind of a negative thing if you're using too many healing items. You're going to just kind of I mean, say you go there and you're just using a bunch of Nimpo that you had to buy for like $12,000. You're wasting money. See, you're just doing yourself a disservice here. Now, this here, I don't believe it worked out the way I wanted it to, because the orbs always fly up to you, but the best like strategy to do is like you would jump down and immediately charge a piece of essence flying around, but it doesn't really work. So you need to save it before you do this, because I did die once. They all jumped on me and they killed me instantly. So yeah, going back to Quizzicoatl, try to fight that guy, but don't like. It's hard though. He's not that hard of a boss. It's just a hard situation because there's no checkpoint to fall back on anywhere. The final save. No wait. Oh man. Okay, the save point before the final save point, there is a long battle. It starts off with you're fighting a bunch of lesser fiends, and you go to Quizzicoatl, and then you do the huge fight on the temple stairs, which is one of my favorite fights in this game. So you have to do all that without any save points. So it is kind of hard to manage everything, and you don't want to actually end up wasting too many items and then just offsetting your reward too much. So here I'm going to drop down. I did put all this in fast forward speed. And I fell right there, of course. So yeah, there's 2 or 3 death worms in here. So just keep fly swallowing these guys, and they should go down pretty well. If they can spear you with their tongues, and you'll be dead. You can't get out of it. It's really hard, and they don't let you access your menu like some of the bosses do when you get grabbed. Getting grabbed in this game is just such bullshit. It really is. And I think this is the last guy, or he was the last guy. So there's no need to go back and save it now because there's a save point approaching up here, and there's a chest across the way. I've never understood that. It's just a teaser, kind of. So here's a save point. And here we go. So this is unskippable right here. This scene here. So I really didn't have much Nimpo over here. That's the problem. See, I just had that one ball of Nimpo. I just cast the Piercing Void, not even aiming, and it hits them. It does it every time, so it works. The big problem about this section, and it's a recurring problem, is the enemies, they get trapped behind stuff. Like, I want them to come to me, right? But they just get trapped on the angles. See, like this? See, he was just trapped. He couldn't get to me. I couldn't hit him. And I found this corner recently, but the guy still won't come over to me. And now I think the bat in a moment, he's going to start hitting me with fireballs or what happened here is these bats. There's 2 bats. There's a bunch of bats, but there's only 2 targetable ones and 2 ones that you can actually kill. But you see, this whole time I was so confident in the games. The problem with that this game has of having the enemies get trapped in angles so they can't get you, so they're just constantly running into the wall. So I wasn't surprised that the dragon this whole time, see, he's just over there trapped. He can't even get me. I don't want the enemies to get trapped. I like finding spots where the enemies have to like move around and waste time while I'm preparing my double charge, 2nd level charge. So there's either money in that box right there, or there's a bunch of items. I prefer the items because I think you only get like 1,000, whereas you can get a couple Nimpo drops sometimes, and it's, those are pretty expensive to buy ordinarily. Yeah, so again, the enemies are trapped. They wouldn't come over to that corner, so I had to move around. And I think one of them gets unstuck a little bit, and I dared it with a level 2 charge right there. And then what I was thinking about doing right here is jumping on the staircase and going on the other side of the staircase, hoping that this guy with the red mossy texture or whatever that thing is, it looks like moss or something weird. So I was going to go over here now, but he wouldn't come to me. It's it's just like on the other side he's running against the wall. He can't do anything. So it's just a problem. It pisses me off to no end. So guess what this guy did to pay me back, or to get even with me? This son of a bitch right over here, even stuck right there. He couldn't get out of his, just like move around a little bit. So look what this bastard does. Wow, that's a pretty severe hit right there. But you can do the helmet splitter on these pressure switches right here. So you just stand on it, jump, and press triangle, and you're going to get an item. I think this is a Jewel of the Demon Seal on story mode. I'm almost positive of that. But here it's a Grains of Spiritual Life. So I had no more Nimpo over here, and I knew there's 2 Van Gelfs coming, those gold ones. The demon spawns over here. Oh no, they're coming afterwards. In this next part, I've done it once well, not correctly, but the way I wanted to do it, the way I like to do it, because these enemies spawn just by you coming to the edge. But watch out, they'll hit you like that right there. It really pissed me off. But what I like to do is that just kill one of these guys and then jump down and then get an on-landing charge and then right away absorb that essence to expedite a real fast charge. Preferably like a 2nd level charge. But the thing is that this essence, like when you're jumping down to the floor, the essence just comes into you, and then it just screws everything up because then you can't absorb the essence real quick. I don't even know what happened right there, but I know things didn't go the way I wanted it to. So I had to use some healing items, but this is actually different footage from the. Actually, by the time this is published, I will have redone this section and got more money and have used fewer items, just because it always happens like that. You never know. Even though you think you're so familiar with the level, you always play better a second time. It's just the way things. There's Quetzalcoatl right down the way. I never even saw that guy because I'm always so focused on these Van Gelfs. But anyway, the guy is caged, and you can release him. I know it's optional because I've done it once without even having to. Well, I haven't done. I've always killed him because. No. Let me rephrase that. I didn't even know about that guy until I did my Master Ninja run, and he's there every difficulty. So every time I would just be passing him up. I wouldn't even know about that pressure switch. But there's a bat over here. I was just showing you where he was. He materialized to the left right there. Looks like there's a couple, maybe 2 bats, but I know there's some lesser fiends coming over here. So failed the on landing charge, and my punishment was for failing that on landing charge. I received that big amount of damage, plus I lost the ability to get that UT. So failing an on landing charge is just killer. I just hate that the most of everything in this game, and it's kind of nice because it's my own fault. It's something that I can control if I just focus a little bit more. So here's a bridge, and we have some Van Gelfs running at us. I think they're the black skinned ones here, but. Yeah, you could really take advantage of Enma staying here to kill these guys a lot quicker than I'm doing. But I want more money, obviously. So this is the save point. Let me see. This is one. I think this is the save point before the final save point coming up. So it's going to dim. They're going to trick you a little bit, and then there's I think there's 2. Yeah, that guy just snuck up. I knew full well that they're coming. Sometimes you don't know if the tripwire point requires you to cross over the bridge or if they spawn. They spawned around the corner. I couldn't even see those guys. Those fucking assholes. Truly, really fast, hard enemies right there. Those guys. There's even some more around the corner. So save first and then see what I'm gonna do. There they come right there. I'm gonna. Actually, you know what? I actually didn't. I forgot about those guys where he got me, but there they are. So don't worry about contenting yourself with getting a single level charge here because it's all right. I mean, you're probably gonna get hit severely. These guys damage you really severely. It's massive damage that these guys deal. Right there, I was just too stubborn to release the charge. But the statue is going to light up again once we slay this guy, and then we're going to be dealing with the next section, which is it's a really long section without any checkpoints, so you've got to really do really well. Alright, so from this checkpoint on to the next checkpoint, you have to do a lot of stuff. It would be nice if you can backtrack and save it, but that's not what is going on here, so you really got to be careful. So what are we getting here? Grains of spiritual life, awesome. I just took this level down. It's really fucking hard. Elizabeth. I'll be talking the strategy. Lesser fiends over here that you got to backtrack, charge up. Yeah, if you don't want to fight the mid-level boss, don't fight him. If you're going to be using too many nimpos and stuff, it's just going to contradict what our goal here is to make money. To buy that Talisman of Rebirth. I don't think I really had to use it. I just like having the Talisman of Rebirth sometimes, just so I don't have to keep filling my life up, just so I have something to fall back on. Because I like fighting, and then it would be cool if this game implemented something where you would get hit for a last sliver of your health, and then you would get a chance to fill up. Rather than you have to be so active about filling your health up all the time. But I don't know, that might be contradictory to what this game stands for. I don't know. at least it has a health management system, like the traditional sense of the word. Razor's Edge and Sigma or Ninja Gaiden 3, they have vastly different ideas of how one should recover health and the importance of performing well constantly. Razor's Edge is a really good game. I'm not dissing it, but it's really, a lot of it's really cheap. And coming back to this game, it just shows you how good this game is. Just this older game just blows these new games out of the water, because the people that made this, they put a lot of hard work and dedication into this game, and Sigma and Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2. You could just tell. I don't know. So what is this? Health? Yeah, like we really needed that. So if you can just go up the stairs. You don't have to go over here and hit that. Hit the pressure switch. You really don't even have to. Queasy-Kodal over here. So I was just showing you how much money I have there. So this guy, he has a. You can't just constantly shoot this guy. You're gonna be seeing me do that, but that's just because I don't want to miss any opportunities to get any hits in on him. Normally, like when he's in this phase right there, then you can hit him. And then he'll do a fireball projectile like he does right there. I'm all well and good at avoiding those. And by the way, before and after he does his projectile is a time to hit him. And then once he flies away, then you can get a hit in on him. He will bend his wings occasionally and do a really fast laser attack that scorches the ground. And I just dropped Nimpo when that happens. I didn't want to waste this attack right there. I just used the Inferno, or the Piercing Void there. Damaged him a little bit right there. Hit him once. And then you just kind of have to wait. See, these hits aren't even hitting him, but I just did it anyway. So whenever he does that, you will be getting some Nimpo back, but it's not until you get to the save point. And if you're gonna, if you're using a lot of Nimpo, you're really gonna negate this whole money making process of getting the 10,000. I don't think you don't have to kill this guy to get the Master Ninja rank unless you're really lagging in points and stuff like that. So right here, I dodged just, I don't know, out of reflexes. I didn't have any more Nimpo to use, so I knew I could take him down. So he's gonna come to right here, and then I'll take him down right there. He's not that hard. He's just his projectile attacks are really damaging. So I'm going to show you how much money I have right here. I have 42,261, and then when I grab it, you'll see that I have 10,000 more than that right here. 52,261. So that's confirmation about the monetary reward there. This is a really hard part. I mean, I would have done a lot better here if I knew I had something to fall back on, because if you die here, you have to start all the way back at the save point and do that boss battle over again. And I just get so nervous. You're going to be seeing me. I almost got killed a couple times, and it's just these guys, these easy guys here, these gray ninjas. But another thing is like when you're trying to do your on-landing charges, you have to compensate for the fact that you're probably going to land on a diagonal. So that's another reason why on-landing charges can get failed really easily here. So I'm just using Nimpo here to try to get some health drops. I'm just being really cheap here, because not only has it been my play style throughout this level, and I apologize if people were looking for something else, but trust me, in the next chapter, my favorite chapter, I'm going to be doing all sorts of stuff. So I really like Chapter 14, A Tempered Gravestone. So yeah, just keep falling back, and I'm not sure how many. I think there's even more ninjas on Ninja Gaiden 2 here, but they really put a lot. Like the enemy count here is probably like the most you'll ever get as far as enemies on screen at one time. I know in the next chapter, and before the Genshin fight, there's a lot of foes in the area too, but it's kind of like the same number count that was on the one of the fights before, when we were Ayani, right before the final boss of that level. It's about that many in numbers. So and there's no lag over here either. It's really nice. So Razor's Edge had a bunch of lag. I couldn't stand that the lag, you know. And this guy here, I was not even going to try to execute this guy, you know, and fail. There should be some kind of you really should get a checkpoint on the mid-level boss. That would be really nice, because, you know, even I would be comfortable like having to redo him, but like having to come all the way over to him, or maybe after him, or something. I don't know. It just I really bow under pressure. I get so stressed out and just I psych myself out. It's just like you're doing so well, you're making so much progress, and like your mind, it's just like something inside you sabotages you, or you know, you try to resist it, but you know, look at all those heads I severed right there. Damn. I don't know. Something sabotages you inside. So I wish this game was a little more bloody. I wish that was true. Some of the times it looks a little comical, because you'll have enemies, you know, truncated or without a head or something like that, or you know, one of their arms, there's just no blood squirting out of the hole where their arm was, you know. There's a little bit of blood from time to time. I mean, it's just very minor, and I mean, here's blood right there. So when I get that Nimpo drop, and people just get really mad about the blood, the way they just left it out in this game. I know Razor's Edge is just a bloodbath. It's a really aesthetically, it's a nice game, and as far as it being like a bloodbath, it's a really good game. But I mean, there's lag all the time, and the controller responsiveness in this game is really what I was kind of wanting in Razor's Edge, but you know, they decided to not have much functionality in that game. Well, they probably didn't decide it; they just couldn't do it. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I'll just talk about something else for a moment, because this is pretty basic here. Devil May Cry comes out on the 15th, which is a couple days from now, but I'm not going to be covering that game because I've never even played any of those games, and I don't think I would even enjoy those games. But the game that I am going to look forward to, and hopefully I'll finish this guide before it comes out, is Dead Space 3. I did a guide on my other channel for, what was it? The hardest mode on that. What was that hardest mode on that called? It was called Impossible Mode or something. I like that, Impossible Mode. And then I also did a guide for Hardcore Mode on my other channel, and I got the trophy for Hardcore Mode. If anyone else has got it, let me know. I'm interested to know how many people got that trophy. It was a real challenge. It was like an old school game, you know, with no checkpoints or anything, and you really had to memorize stuff and get good at stuff. It really did come down to memorization and skill. So, but I think Dead Space 1 a lot scarier, and if I had to play a game again, I would play that game. I just love how the character never speaks in Dead Space 1, the protagonist, and he's very passive, and then Dead Space 2, they incorporated a voice, which they probably had to. I mean, and now they're having I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a bad game, Dead Space 3. I hear they're bringing back hardcore mode, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. I beat the second one on hardcore mode, so it just takes a lot of practice, and like months of just dying and just replaying. It's so much practice, it's not even funny. But also, I played the demo from Metal Gear Rising, and I honestly got to say that I don't think I'm going to like that game either. It's really weird. You can't even block. I thought it would be like this game, but I guess it's the new spin-off franchise for Metal Gear. So, but I played the demo, and I hated it. To tell you the truth, I just fucking hated it. I found it so lame, but that's not the... You know, I'm just saying what I thought of it. If you think it's a good game, that's fine. I'm not trying to diss anybody. But anyway, so we're heading on down here now, and there's no more enemies before the save point. There's not any like surprises or anything, so don't worry about it. Just head on down here and save it. Just jump on down. There we go. Save it. All right. Before we get to the actual boss fight, you're going to be facing a couple of, I think they're demon spawns down here. These black guys. Or no, they come after these guys. These gold Van Gelbs. I swore these things were called demon spawn in my book, my guidebook for this game. So it looks like there's just 3 guys here, and so for in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that 50,000 was my goal. So in a moment, I will be showing you the final result of all my money grinding. I did want to mention that it's ideal to preferably have because if you have no, it doesn't even matter about crystal skulls. A grain to spiritual life costs 8,000, right? So there is a treasure box down here that has it will either give you $10,000 or it will give you a grain to spiritual life. So there's that $2,000 difference. So if you want to manipulate it a little bit, I just didn't even need it. There's a stone tablet over there, by the way. It's a pickup collectible. I'm not going to get it. I already got it on my other run, but so I just decided to just get the, what did I get, the money here? No, the grains. So I missed out on $2,000, but look how much money I did wind up here with, 70,570. So I could have actually used one of the grains of spiritual life or something, and got the money, $10,000, but and prospered $2,000 more. But it doesn't even matter because I had so much. So fuck, this boss is. She's really tough. I mean, I don't even know how to deal with this boss in the normal way, just hitting her, because I was trying to hit her with the sword, and I couldn't even connect with her. And she would just be slamming her tail through my gut and just killing me in like a second here. So I did this on my other guide when I did Master Ninja, and this is just a really good strategy to do. It's similar to how I dealt with Zidonius with the level 3 Enma's Fang here. All you really do is have to just be really on guard about getting her on landing charges, and then just being very just aware of like how far away she is, seeing if you can get a level 2 charge. You're not always going to hit her. Not even if you make direct contact with her. Sometimes it won't even damage her. Like when I had her on like 1 hit left, it took me like 5 of these attempts. She was on the stairs right there, the fucking bitch. So when she does this, that's the worst move that could possibly happen to you, because that will damage you, and then that will also give her health back. So never let her recover any of her health, because we're really struggling just to get health off her. We don't need her siphoning, our health into hers. It's just ridiculous here. So this actually goes pretty well. You do need to practice it a little bit if you're not familiar with this strategy here, but I honestly don't know how to do anything else than this. I mean, I know how to, but I can't do it. It's just too fucking hard. So just watch out for that tail hit, and just even if you're going to get a level 1 charge, she may be close enough for you anyways. You're going to be damaging her just in small increments, and it really depends on you just not messing up. You really can't mess up. When I say mess up, this is like you got to release. If she's coming to you, you got to release your charge to not only immune yourself, but or she'll grab you, or she'll do the tail movement where she'll just gut you. So when that attack goes off, you got to do the UT, and then you got to see. I had no more magic left, so I was doing the UT to immune myself from that attack. And I was just kind of letting myself die right there, just so I can get some more nim pokes. I didn't have any in my inventory. A lot of the times, though, she kind of just walks around. Even if you're nearby her, she'll just kind of slowly approach you. Once she does her tail and you're away from her, you just get a level 2 charge like I did. So all this little stuff adds up. But if you mess up, you could die really quickly. So. It doesn't even take that much skill here to do this. It's really cheap. Admittedly, I know this is cheap, but it's the only way I could deal with this section. I'm just not there yet as far as a pro gamer, but I honestly don't want to be that good. But I'm trying to get better. It's just that I gave it a shot. I put in like 20 minutes trying every little trying different weapons and stuff, and it's just like I already knew a good enough strategy here. You see, I made direct contact with her there, and it just didn't damage her. Sometimes it just won't let you get any hits. So most of the time, it's pretty fair, though. They'll give you your hits. That was a close call. I had to release the charge real quick. I knew she had about 2 more hits left, like 2 more level 2 charges. Let's see if I hit her there. Nope, direct contact didn't hit her. Make sure you're always at full health, just in case she guts you. So you see, I had like 3 grains of spiritual life left. It's pretty good. I didn't really even need the Talisman of Rebirth, but it was nice to have it. And here I just needed, I think what ends up being like 2 hits, because I think I may do a level 1 charge. Yeah, that didn't even hit her. It always seems like this, when you got like 1 or 2 hits left, they just won't give you any hits, but they will eventually. You gotta just be patient here. So let's see. That didn't hit her. And then I got a level 2 charge built up. Let's see if this hits her. No, she wasn't even anywhere nearby at that time anyway. So I got another level 2 charge. That didn't take. So you see all this shit. This always happens. This always fucking happens. So there we go. 1 more hit left. 1 more hit, and I think it did take a couple tries here. So at this point, you don't want her siphoning any health into her. So just cast an impo to be safe, and just get your charges going. And she's a dead bitch. Chapter 13 completed. We got a lot of points this time. We got the full amount of kills, essence. Nimpo, we had 2 out of 3. Playtime 40 minutes. It's a long chapter, but we still got Master Ninja. And on to Chapter 14. Thanks, everybody.